This video shows how to manage your fixed assets in Bookkeeper. Fixed assets are items that your company purchases in order to run your business. These items are not intended for resale. Examples would be a company vehicle, office equipment, or machines in your shop. Use Bookkeeper's inventory area to track items that are sold to your customers. Contact your accountant if you're unsure or have questions. You access the Fixed Assets section by clicking on Inventory from the Bookkeeper menu and then selecting Manage Fixed Assets. The list shows all fixed assets tracked in Bookkeeper, along with the date the asset was acquired and its current value. You can include assets that have been sold by clicking on the box in the upper right. In addition to adding, deleting, or editing the detail of a fixed asset, you can also copy an asset. This is useful if you are adding assets with similar financial and depreciation information. In this example, we'll look at an asset that is already set up. Double-click on an asset in the list, or single-click and click the Detail button to display the Fixed Asset Detail window. This window is similar to the Inventory Detail window. It's broken into 4 tabs. The Detail tab allows you to enter descriptive information. The Financial tab is where most of the work takes place. To properly calculate accurate depreciation, the values entered here are very important. Enter the date the asset was purchased and the original cost. For the useful life, enter the number of years this asset is anticipated to be in service. The IRS has a chart that lists the number of years for specific types of assets. You can also ask your accountant for an appropriate value. The residual value is the amount this asset will be worth at the end of its useful life. The current value field will show what the present value of the asset is. It's based on the original cost minus all depreciation entries that have been generated. The depreciation method options will determine what calculation method is used when calculating depreciation transactions. Straight line is a common method that computes equal depreciation amounts over the life of the asset. But refer to your accountant or the Bookkeeper help file for additional information about the other methods. The depreciated through field will be set to the last date depreciation transactions were generated for this asset. The run depreciation field allows you to select how often depreciation transactions are generated. In most cases, this is set to annually, but you can also select monthly or quarterly transaction generation. When Bookkeeper starts, it will check to see if any transactions need to be created based on this selection. When the asset is fully depreciated, this box will be checked. If you sell a fixed asset, check the Sold checkbox and enter the date of the sale and the amount the asset was sold for. This will generate the final depreciation transaction and show the residual value for this asset when you sold it. Note that when an asset is sold, a deposit transaction for the sale amount will be generated automatically, so you don't need to create a separate transaction in Bookkeeper. The Image tab allows you to save pictures of the asset. You can store up to 5 different pictures. The Transaction tab will list all depreciation transactions that have been generated so far. You can print this information if you desire. For further information about fixed asset processing, please refer to the Bookkeeper help file.